Class 7 ICC Physics Unit 5 Heat. I will walk by faith even when I cannot see. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Greetings to you all in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Today in this video we are going to learn a new chapter called Heat. Before we get into this lesson, let us learn some new words in this lesson. The first one is Joule. 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 Second one, temperature. 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 Third one, Celsius. 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 Fourth one, Fahrenheit. 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 Fifth one, thermometry. 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 So we have learned 5 words: Joule, temperature, Celsius, Fahrenheit, and thermometry. You have learnt in our previous class that heat is a form of energy. Heat, like other form of energy like sound, electricity, light, it can be used to perform work or it can be converted into work. For example, inside the engine of a car, the heat from the burning of a fuel, that is from petrol or diesel, it is converted into the work of the moving car. Since heat is a form of energy, it is measured in Joule, so which is the SI unit of work and energy. And here the SI unit of energy is Joule. We have learnt about the calorie in lower classes, that is a traditional unit of heat, and the relation between the SI unit and this traditional unit is 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joules. Actually 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joule, but it is rounded off to 4.2 joule. So Joule is a SI unit of heat as well as it is a SI unit of energy, and calorie is another commonly used unit of energy, and 1 calorie is defined as the quantity of heat needed to rise the temperature of 1 gram of water to 1 degree Celsius. And the relation between calorie and joule is 1 calorie is equal to 4.2 joule. We often use the words hot or cold while describing things around us. What we generally mean that we say that something is hot is that it is hotter than our body. And when we say that something is cold, we mean that it is colder than our body. So when we wish to be more precise about the hotness or coldness of a body, we use a physical quantity, temperature. So temperature is a physical quantity that measures the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. I repeat, temperature is a physical quantity that measures the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. You would have the experience that when two bodies at different temperatures are in contact with each other, heat flows from the hotter body to the colder body. For example, you can see a cup of tea in the screen. When you hold a cup of hot tea, heat flows from the cup to your palms. When you touch and see, you can feel the hot. So just bring us to a more precise definition of heat. That is, heat is the energy that flows from a body at a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature. So always heat flows from the body of a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature. Thermometry. So thermometry is nothing but it is a process of measuring temperature. We used to measure the temperature, isn't it? So the process of measuring temperature is called thermometry. You are already familiar with the units used to measure temperature. When you see the news, when you see the weather report, they use units like degrees Celsius. Sometimes they use degree Fahrenheit. So the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. The units we generally use to measure temperature are the degree Celsius and the degree Fahrenheit. So three units are there. One is Kelvin, degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit, and these three units refer to three scales of temperature. A scale of temperature is constructed on the basis of two fixed temperature called fixed point. The two temperatures chosen are such way that they can be exactly reproduced and precisely defined values. Actually, if you see in the screen, you can see the two fixed point. One is the lower fixed point, another one is the higher fixed point. So, in the other words, they are always exactly the same. The lower fixed point of the Celsius and the Fahrenheit scale is known as the ice point. We know that when you take the ice from the fridge and you keep it outside at the room temperature, it starts to melt, and it starts to melt at the temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, and that is called the ice point. So it is a temperature at which the ice melt. It has been given the value 0 degrees Celsius on the Celsius scale and 32 degree on the Fahrenheit scale. So the upper fixed point on the Celsius and the Fahrenheit scale is called the steam point, or we say it as a boiling point. So it is a temperature at which water boils, and it has a value of 100 degrees Celsius on the Celsius scale and 212 degree on the Fahrenheit scales. So the lower fixed point on the Celsius and the Fahrenheit scale is 0 degrees Celsius, and the upper fixed point is 100 degrees Celsius. On the Kelvin scale, the value of the ice point is 273 and that of the steam point is 373. Remember that we do not write degrees while expressing a temperature on the Kelvin scale. Thus, the ice point is 273 Kelvin and the steam point is 373 Kelvin. Let us see some formulas for the conversion from one scale to another. That is from Celsius scale to Fahrenheit, or from Fahrenheit to the degree Celsius, or from the Celsius to Kelvin. We can use these formulas. The first formula is Fahrenheit is equal to 9 by 5 into degree Celsius plus 32. When you want to convert Celsius scale to Fahrenheit, you can use this formula. Degree Celsius is equal to degree Fahrenheit minus 32 into 5 by 9. Degree Kelvin is equal to degree Celsius plus 273 Kelvin. So you need to learn only about the degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius and degree Kelvin. The last formula is not in the syllabus, so you no need to learn about that. I hope you all would have seen this device. It is called the thermometer, and nowadays it is used wherever you are going outside. They use this device to measure a body temperature. So let us recall a few things that you know about the thermometers already. Most thermometers in common use are of the mercury in glass type. So such thermometer have a long glass stem with a thin uniform bore closed at one end. So you can see here a long glass stem with a thin uniform bore closed at one end. The other end is attached to a small glass bulb. You can see the small glass bulb, and this bulb is filled with mercury. When the bulb is heated, the mercury expands and flows into the bore of the stem and looks like a shiny thread. So the temperature scale is marked on the stem. The thermometer reading is a temperature coinciding with the end of the thread. There are two types of thermometer. One is clinical thermometer, another one is laboratory thermometer. And the clinical thermometer, it can measure temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius only. So it is the range of this clinical thermometer, 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. But a laboratory thermometer, it has a range of minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So this is the difference between the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer. And the bore of a clinical thermometer has a kink. That means it does not allow the mercury to move back as soon as the temperature changes. So the thermometer has to be given a couple of sharp jerk to remove the mercury back. So children, so far in this video we have learned about what is heat, the units of heat and the measurement of temperature and temperature scales, and also we have seen 3 formulas for the conversion from one scale to another. Then we learn about the thermometer. Thank you.